Hello, this is Delia again. I'm reading Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones, and I'm on the story called Up. After Sarah went to bed, she saw a ghost. It was sitting on her dresser, staring at her through two black holes, where its eyes had been. She shrieked, and her mother and father came running. "There's a ghost on my dresser," she said, trembling. "It's staring at me." When they turned on the light, it was gone. "You were having a bad dream," her father said. "Now go back to sleep." But after they left, there it was again, sitting on her dresser, staring at her. She pulled the cover and the blanket over her head and fell asleep. The next night, the ghost was back. It was up on the ceiling, staring down at her. When Sarah saw it, she screamed again. Her mother and father came running. "It's up on the ceiling," she said. When they turned on the light, nothing was there. "It's your imagination," her mother said, and gave her a hug. But after they left, there it was again, staring down at her from the ceiling. She put her head under the pillow and fell asleep. The next night, the ghost was back. It was sitting on her bed, staring at her. Sarah called to her parents, and they came running. "It's on my bed," she said. "It's looking at me." When they turned on the light, nothing was there. "You're upset over nothing," her father said. He kissed her on the nose and tucked her in. "Now go to sleep." But after they left, there it was again, sitting on her bed, staring at her. "Why are you doing this to me?" Sarah asked. "Why don't you leave me alone?" The ghost put its fingers in its ears and wiggled them at her. Then it stuck its tongue out and went thump. To make the sound, put your tongue between your lips and blow. It's called giving someone the raspberry. That sounds stupid. Anyway, here's the next one. You may be the next. Did you ever think a hearse goes by that you may be the next to die? They wrap you up in a big white sheet from your head down to your feet, and the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out in your stomach and out your snout, and your eyes fall out and your teeth decay, and that is the end of a perfect day. This book's weird. I think that's all of it. Notes and sources. Okay, this is going over some of the things that I've read. This one says notes and sources for the Boo Men. Boo Men is a name for imaginary scary creatures in Newfoundland. Boo Men are similar to Bogarts in Great Britain, from where many Newfoundlanders came, and to boogeymen and boogeymen in America. The story about the girl who meets a ghost in a cemetery is told in many places. When Death Arrives, The Appointment. The story is the retelling of an ancient tale that is usually set in Asia. A young man sees death in the marketplace in Damascus, the capital of Syria. To escape his fate, he flees to either Baghdad or Samarra, in what is now Iraq. Death is, of course, waiting for him. In some versions, death is a woman, not a man. The story has been told in one form or another. Bus Stop. This is from the family of The Vanishing Hitchhiker. Stories in which a ghost returns in human form. It usually is seen on a street corner late at night or during a storm and is offered a ride home in a car. But when the driver arrives at his destination, the passenger has disappeared in the story. The bus stop, the ghost remains in human form for several weeks before disappearing. The story is based on several versions. One is recollected by Barbara Schwartz from the 1940s in Del Mar, New York. There's also a version in which the young man loses his mind when he learns that the young woman is a ghost. See things that go bump in the night. A similar story was told in ancient Rome. It involved a young woman named Philonon who died, then 6 months later was seen with a man she loved who did not know of her death. When her parents learn of her appearance, they rush to see her. She accuses them of interfering in her life and dies a second time. Okay, so I'm going to see about that one. Things that go bump in the night. Okay, all right. That's all of this part, and there will be more to come.